Hey everyone, today I want to talk about finding your patience within the not yets of your life. When we don't quite have what we want, we can become so impatient because we want it now. So today's video is going to be a few key things that you can do to get past that impatience. Let me introduce myself. My name is Lynn Schrader, and I empower men and women to step outside of their comfort zone and begin living a life that they could have never imagined. I love to ignite a passion and a fire in people who are ready for something more. So on with this topic of impatience and how to get out of the not yets and become more patient. So we tend as humans to look for contentment in all the things that we can check off of our list. I'm not waiting for that anymore. Check, check, and I'm content. It's that waiting for things that can get us all stressed out. Perhaps you have applied for your dream job and you're waiting to find out if you've been called back for an interview or if you got the job. Perhaps you're waiting, perhaps you sent an email out and you are waiting for that response. It's an important response that you're waiting for, and you are waiting. Are you getting impatient with the not yet? Perhaps you are waiting on news to find out if you got the promotion, or maybe to find out if you've been let go from your job. Maybe you're waiting to find out when your house is going to sell. It's on the market. Maybe you're waiting to find out if you got accepted to the college of your choice. All of that waiting. How can we be patient when we really want something? Well, I have some simple tips how to do that, but then I have the best one I'm going to save for last. So as you're being impatient in the not yets, what can you do? So you can, number one, practice small bits of patience. And here's what I mean by that. So here's an example. Let's say that you ate dinner and then at the end of your dinner, you got this big fat piece of pie or cake or bowl of ice cream, whatever you want. You can practice a small bit of patience by not eating it right away, pushing it aside, continuing your conversation that you're having with family or friends, and then just slowly eating it instead of scarfing it down. You can have more patience by practicing patience. You can also do something that I love to do, and that is, and I do videos on these, that's relaxation and mindfulness. You can get to a state of relaxation, and I don't mean anything weird by that. I just mean not numbing yourself, but just getting to a state of figuring out where you are and relaxing and being mindful of things around you. That will help with patience. Number three, you can remember that what you're impatient about is really just part of the journey. It's not a destination. So as you're waiting, remember what happens in waiting is we grow. We grow and we discover more about ourselves. So that's a tip. Number four, you can gain a better perspective of what you're being impatient about. You can look at it and say, okay, what's the worst case scenario? Or what's the best case scenario? Or even, will this really matter in 1, 3, 5, 10 years from now? Will this matter? You can put it in perspective. That's another thing that you can do. Gratitude. Here's the best one though, drum roll. Gratitude. Gratitude is the best option. When we are grateful, if you're impatient, the best thing that you can do is get into a state of gratitude. Gratitude allows us to see how fortunate we are. It's a no-brainer, right? Gratitude brings us back to the present. Instead of living in the not yets, we can live in the right nows with gratitude. It brings us back to the present so that we see how grateful we should be for what we do have. Now, let me talk to you about some benefits of gratitude. Now, there's thousands of benefits, but these are the ones that I came up with, and these have been, these are all true. They're not just something I've made up. One benefit is when you are grateful, it has been proven that you live longer. Now, that's barring if you have a disease or if you have genes that make you more of a cancer risk or heart attack. I'm talking about a healthy person. When they're grateful, they live longer. It's been proven. So if you're impatient, go to a state of gratitude and know, hey, I could live longer. Second benefit is they have a healthier lifestyle. You think of it, they're probably more alert. They are more positive, so they have a healthier lifestyle. Number three, a benefit of gratitude is that grateful people are resilient. Remember, they don't wave the right flag, and they're not Debbie Downers or David Downers. They are resilient, and they keep going. Grateful people have less stress in their life. Can you imagine? That makes sense. And therefore, they sleep better. Less stress equals better sleep. Makes sense. A grateful person is less depressed, which then in turn means that they are more likely to exercise and take care of themselves and get outside. They are less depressed. A grateful person this is such a no-brainer, but a grateful person is just happier. They're grateful, which means they're happier because of all the things that they see that they have. A grateful person usually has their career that gets boosted because they're grateful. And let me explain. If you are a grateful person, you're usually happier. People want to be around happier people. Your network increases, and therefore your business may increase. You may become a better boss, a better friend, a better business person. A grateful person has a reduction in materialism. And this makes complete sense. When you are grateful and you're not thinking about what can I have, but what do I already have, your materialism reduces. A grateful person is much less centered than a person who's impatient and wants more. They're less centered. It becomes about becomes about others instead of myself. And number 10, a benefit of gratitude is that it absolutely reduces envy. Your envy is reduced. So, we experience things with our senses, right? Our senses, here's what they are. They're seeing or sight, hearing, which is sound, feel, which is touch, smell, and taste. So those are our 5 senses. I have a super simple activity that you can do when you are so impatient because you are living in the not yets and you want to be grateful in the right nows. This is what you can do. Try this simple activity and it will help you to sense happiness and gratitude. And do this at the end of your day. So answer these questions. Something wonderful today. What was something wonderful today that I touched? Answer that. Remember, you're trying to get back to a state of gratitude and not be impatient for the not nows. What was something that you touched today that felt wonderful? I can answer that. One of my little dogs, his name is Hank Williams, and he's got the most soft fur. And I'll just pet him, and that was one of my dogs right there. And that totally brings me back to a state of gratitude. I'm so glad that I have that little guy in my life. All right, second question. What was something, who was someone that you enjoyed talking to today? And I can answer that. Today I met a great new friend. Her name is Jude, and I got to talk to her for almost an hour, and it was wonderful. So who was someone that you enjoyed talking to today? That brings me to a state of gratitude, and I don't get so flustered for being in the not yets. I'm in the right nows. Number 3, what was a sound that you heard today that's going to stay with you? Okay, here's my answer. Today I heard the trash truck on the street. You know that sound where they brake and then you can hear the back opening and it's real loud, and I smiled. That is a good sound for me. I recognize it every Tuesday, and here's why. I've been to Haiti 2 times on mission trips, and Haiti does not have a trash system, obviously. Their trash system is dropping things right on the ground. That's just what they do. Therefore, it is horrifically junky, and it's painful. It's painful. So when I hear the trash truck, I think of that, and it puts me in a state of gratitude. So what did you hear today? Something positive, something pleasant that will stick with you. Okay. Number 4, what was the best thing that you smelled today? Remember, you're trying to get away from the impatience of the not yets and into the gratitude of the right nows. What was something that you smelled today? I can answer it. I've got some wax burners in my house, and in the winter I like to melt the pine cone, the ones that smell like pine cone. So my house smells like winter, and that sticks with me, and it makes me smile, and it makes me grateful that I can even do that. And the last question to ask yourself to bring you back to a state of gratitude and use all your senses is, the most beautiful thing that I saw today was. What's the most beautiful thing that you saw today? For me, I will have to say that it's outside, looking out one of my windows where the dogs haven't traipsed through the snow, and it's just really it's just a blanket of snow that's not been walked on, and I think it's beautiful. So that's something that I was able to see today, that brought me back to a state of gratitude for many reasons. It was a sight to see. It made me think that I'm in a warm house. So if you are impatient about a not yet, do you find yourself in the not yet, and you need patience? You're gonna find the cure would be to find gratitude in the right now. So how do you find patience in the not yets? The answer is to find gratitude in the right nows. Friends, gratitude is already in us. It's been in us all along. We just have to pull it out and get past our situation of waiting and the what ifs, and become present in the right nows and be grateful. So I hope you got some value out of this video. If you know anybody who is living in the what ifs, the not nows, the not yets, and you see them sort of taking a detour and becoming extremely impatient and short, and not having a lot of grace for things, then share this video with them and show them that it's within gratitude of the right nows that we can get past the impatience of the not yets. So thank you so much for watching. I'd love to know, are you watching live? Are you watching on replay? Let me know in the comment section below. Where are you tuning in from? And then give me a comment below and let me know what you think about this, please. If you are a woman and you want to join a private Facebook group for anybody out there that's seeking to be more confident and believe in themselves and find their purpose, then I invite you to a private Facebook group that we have, no strings attached, but it's just a bunch of girls that get together and edify each other and challenge each other to become more confident. I'm going to put the link in the comment section below, and you are welcome to join that as well. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll be back on here in a couple of days.